Wrapping up the news from this past weekend, I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Monday, March 14th, 2022. A special welcome to those of you listening on WrestleMap.com. You can bring our updates to your website. Find out how at JustProWrestlingNews.com. The situation is grim for WWE Hall of Famer Scott Hall. He was put on life support over the weekend after complications following hip surgery. He reportedly suffered 3 heart attacks. Kevin Nash posted on social media early Monday morning that once Hall's family is in place, quote, they will discontinue life support, end quote.
WWE.
Former WWE Champion Big E suffered a broken neck on Friday night SmackDown. E landed on his head after a belly-to-belly suplex at ringside delivered by Ridge Holland. E was taken backstage on a stretcher. He shared a couple of updates over the weekend. Big E said his C1 and C6 vertebrae were fractured but not displaced. He also said there is no damage to his spinal cord or ligament damage. He won't need surgery. He said he's able to move all of his extremities, but there's no word on how long he'll be out of action. Xavier Woods returned to action over the weekend for the first time since he suffered a calf injury back in January. He tagged with Kofi Kingston at a non-televised house show on Saturday night. The Usos will defend the SmackDown Tag titles against Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura on Night 1 of WrestleMania, coming up on Saturday, April 2nd. Boogs earned the title shot with a win over Jey Uso on Friday's SmackDown. Pete Dunne has a new ring name. He was referred to as Butch on Friday's SmackDown, where he is now aligned with Sheamus and Ridge Holland. As of Monday morning, there are no matches announced for tonight's Raw, but we are being promised a championship celebration for RK Bro, and Kevin Owens is set to deliver his latest message for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
AEW.
Tonight's Dark Elevation has Dark Order's Alex Reynolds and John Silver versus Chaos Project, plus Frankie Kazarian versus Tiger Huas, and Emi Sakura and The Bunny versus Sky Blue and Kylan King. Rey Fenix did not return to in-ring action over the weekend despite being promoted for a pair of shows. Last week's episode of NWA Power showed Matt Cardona winning the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship from Trevor Murdoch.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
We're into the third round of the New Japan Cup. Monday's tournament matches are Kazuchika Okada versus Taichi and Hiroki Goto versus Shima. Tuesday's tournament matches will be Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tetsuya Naito and Jeff Cobb versus Yoshihashi. After some uncertainty and speculation, the Guerrillas of Destiny were ousted formally from the Japan branch of Bullet Club. Only Jado stood by the side of the GOD when all 3 were laid out by Bullet Club over the weekend. New champions were crowned in Pro Wrestling Noah over the weekend. Takashi Sagura and Hideki Suzuki won the vacant GHC Tag Team Championship. It was the first in-ring action for Suzuki since he was released by WWE, where he was performing as Hachiman in NXT's Diamond Mine. Also on Sunday's show, Eita won the GHC Junior Heavyweight title from Daisuke Harada. That's Just Pro Wrestling News for Monday, March 14th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning, so please rate, review, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. You can also support Just Pro Wrestling News by checking out our Patreon page. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.